Now, Stormwatch 12 weather with meteorologist Oliver Smith.
Now we have some clearing up and down Interstate 5 at this particular time, which is loud for fog. There's been a lot of moisture on the ground and into the air as well. So half-mile visibility for Medford, not much better in Mount Sexton Summit, but over by Grants Pass, 2.5 miles at this time, and some light fog along the Oregon coast as well. Now, satellite radar composite, it's dry east of the Cascades and dry right now in Grants Pass and Medford. We do have the fog, but we do have more rain to our south and west, so this will continue to funnel into the area overnight tonight. There is a little bit of a back edge, so there is more rain offshore that you can't see from the radar, but we'll be seeing the rain picking up, and the fog will probably dissipate when that rain starts to occur. Further off to the west, it looks like another very impressive system, but this is actually going to be missing us up to the north. And because it's going to be missing us to the north, we're going to be looking at some pretty warm temperatures. But we still have the flood watch, but the flood watch now has been extended through 4 o'clock tomorrow morning, still looking at that heavy rain along the Oregon coast. In fact, how much rain have we picked up east of the Cascades? Not very much, light amounts, less than 1/10 of an inch. Same with Montague. About 3/10 for Mount Shasta City, a little over 1/3 of an inch here in Medford, and just over an inch for Grants Pass, and generally 1 inch to 1.25 inches for the most part along the Oregon coast. So you've had some heavy rain for the last couple of days along the Oregon coast, and we're still going to be looking at some pretty decent rain along the Oregon coast. Might pick up another inch of rain just tonight as we get more of that rain, and it'll be heavy at times tonight. But once you get east of Grants Pass, we'll be looking at very light amounts for tonight. But we'll still have that chance of rain all throughout the area, although it'll just be less for most of the region. Temperatures in the mid-30s, low 40s east of the Cascades. We'll be looking at 40s for the most part along Interstate 5, 50 for Grants Pass, 55 for Brookings. Tomorrow, boy, it is going to be warm. Temperatures all into the 60s with the exception of Lakeview at 55 degrees. Klamath Falls, you'll be right at 60 degrees, 67 in Medford, 65 in Grants Pass. It is going to be very warm for tomorrow. So what we're going to be looking at for tonight is that rain increasing along the Oregon coast as that main system finally starts to push through. But by the time we get to tomorrow morning, it's going to be a pretty nice morning. We're going to see some patchy fog in some areas, and then we're going to be looking at some sunshine as we go through the day. So Sunday is going to be a much nicer day compared to today. Same kind of scenario for Monday. We're looking at high pressure still dominating our region. There's a system that stays offshore. It tries to move into our region and takes its sweet time, but once we get towards late Monday night into early Tuesday, we could see a few showers from that. But by the time we get towards Tuesday afternoon, that's when we're going to start seeing the rain develop along the Oregon coast. Now, in terms of what we're going to be looking at is, in terms of Sunday and Monday, we're going to be looking at some calm conditions and fairly nice weather for our region. But once we get towards Tuesday and Wednesday, we're going to start transitioning to cooler and wetter weather, more like what we're typically used to seeing for this time of year, and that's this colder air mass way offshore. But this cold air mass is pretty cold. In fact, we're going to be looking at a big change once we get towards the end of the week. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, we're going to be getting much colder. In fact, snow levels will be getting down to about 1,500 feet Friday night into early Saturday morning. So that's very close to the valley floor. And that could be a situation where even, say, Ashland picks up a little bit of snow and maybe Medford doesn't. But precipitation will be pretty limited by this particular time. So we'll be keeping an eye on this particular situation in the days ahead. But that cold air sticks around also through Saturday. Now, that system, when it moves through and transitions our weather, it's going to give us a lot of wind throughout the entire region. So we're going to be looking at wind gusts 40 to 50 miles an hour easily east of the Cascades and along the Oregon coast, and it probably will be pretty blustery up and down Interstate 5 as well. So here's your 7-day forecast for the Oregon coast. Very warm for the next couple of days. Finally cools off, and especially once we get closer to Groundhog Day, 48 degrees by Friday. Northern California, dry through Tuesday, and then the rain picks up once we go to Wednesday, and that rain will eventually transition to snow once we go into Thursday and into Friday. For the Klamath Basin, pretty nice. So we might see a few showers tomorrow morning. Other than that, it'll be dry for Sunday and Monday. Most of Tuesday should also be dry as well, and then we'll see some more rain and snow. That rain will eventually change over to snow once we go into Wednesday and Thursday. Same kind of scenario for the Cascades, dry through Tuesday. At least Tuesday morning, then we'll start seeing rain. That rain will change over to snow, and then we could be looking at some pretty good snow amounts by the end of the week. And for the Rogue Valley, very warm to tomorrow and into Monday. We finally cool off, and then we'll see some rain and snow here on the valley floor by the time we get towards Friday and Saturday.